The WNBA has its David Stern, and people are calling for a job already. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Number 2 takeaway from this weekend in sports.
Number 2.
Cam Ward is going to be the number 1 pick in the NFL draft next year. Not Travis Hunter. Definitely not Shedeur Sanders. Cam Ward, who is the best quarterback in college football right now. I said on Friday when Todd Fleming, CEO of the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches, was with us, I said, hey, Todd, if Cam Ward has a demonstrative day and Miami's able to beat Louisville, this is one of his last chances at a Heisman moment, because after this, all you have is the Florida State game. The Seminoles suck. And then you got Clemson in the conference championship game. By then, a lot of the emotion will already be settled, but he's going to have a big day then as well in Charlotte. But Cam Ward, 21 for 32, 319 yards, 4 passing touchdowns against a good Louisville team on the road. The Canes win 52-45. There is nary a threat on the rest of Miami's schedule. Not only is Miami going to finish the season undefeated and make the college football playoff, Cam Ward is going to be there in New York at the end of the year, likely hoisting that Heisman Trophy. And come April, I don't know if it's going to be the New York Giants. Well, it won't be the Giants at this point. Likely the Raiders or the Browns. Who do we think who's going to have the number 1 pick this year? I don't think the Panthers lose enough. I think they're going to sneak a couple more wins. Who do you think right now is angling for number 1?
I think that Cam Ward is going to play in the same stadium he is this year next year.
I think the Dolphins can do it.
I think the Dolphins might be in the running.
Wow.
And I think that when you get closer and closer to the possibility, the life raft of a new quarterback, fresh slate coming into your team,
yeah,
you already have the weapons for him.
That would be crazy. If Cam Ward ended up on the Dolphins, that would be one of the best stories to happen in South Florida since, Messi to the Inter Miami or Jimmy to the Heat.
As I was going to say,
we get a lot of them, yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like it was that's the biggest thing in Miami sports since the Big Three. We've had a couple of big things happen in the past, 5 years?
Yeah.
Or what was it? Both South Florida teams in the Final Four the same year the Heat went to the NBA Finals.
And the Panthers.
Exactly. So we've had pretty fortunate in South Florida with the local sports teams.
So Cam Ward is going to be the number 1 pick in the draft. I put anybody up against him, and I'll tell you that guy is the one that is built to not just become a star in the league, but also a face of a franchise. He has singularly flipped the Miami Hurricanes program. There were coming into the year, Mario Cristobal was 4th shortest odds to be fired, mid-season fired, and here the Hurricanes stand 7-0 and looking like a team that could be competing for a national championship, not just an ACC title. That dude right there is the real deal, and I've been yelling that, singing his praises since this offseason. And my number 1 takeaway from this football weekend that also included so many other great things is I was wrong about the Giants not regretting letting Saquon Barkley walk to a divisional rival. I thought because it was the running back position, it wouldn't matter as much. I thought because specifically the Eagles and all of the disgruntlement that happened around there, it wouldn't look as great. It wouldn't pop as hard. And then Saquon went and took the field after watching Giants, fans burn his jersey and saying that they wouldn't boo him. But then, of course, they're going to boo you at that point in the Meadowlands. 17 carries, 176 yards, and a touchdown. 10 yards per carry for Saquon Barkley in the 28-3 win last night, C-Cat. On top of all of that, adding injury to insult, Nick Sirianni was like, yo, come on out here and give him some more.
Yeah.
And he turned down the opportunity.
Really? I didn't see that.
Nick Sirianni was like, come on, more. Some more. Look, the Giants were on their back with their arms and legs flailing in the arm. Please, no more. And Sirianni was like, yo, Saquon, one more on him.
Same with a pump fake. Give him a quick little jab, but he didn't actually punch him.
And Saquon was like, I've had enough. He said, I had my way so much today that I've had enough. Giants fans, the Giants organization, Joe Shane, everybody involved, I'm glad you got Malik Neighbors. You should feel like idiots for letting Saquon Barkley walk, because who else did you give that damn money to that would have mattered? Those are my 5 takeaways from this sports weekend right here on Theoretically Speaking. And what are yours? What is your number 1 takeaway from this sports weekend that involves so much, including scandal in the WNBA? Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline here on Theoretically Speaking on a Monday, 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Aaron Rodgers has zero accountability. And Cam Ward has 0 competitors when it comes to the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. Some of my takeaways from the weekend. What are yours? Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline. Again, 888-760-3776. Are you experiencing foot and ankle pain and need to see an expert in the field? Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has a team of foot and ankle orthopedic surgeons and specialists who are regarded as leaders in their specialty. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho to learn more today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. Your biggest takeaway from this sports weekend, C-Cat, I know it had nothing to do with Jared Goff having a third perfect half as a passer, a third one in the Lions getting that big win against the Vikings, because you had so many eyes directed specifically on your favorite team. What's your biggest takeaway?
My biggest takeaway from the sports weekend as a devoted New York Yankees fan who thought that the magic was gone, and this was a franchise that has had a lot of success before I was born, right around when I was born, and one World Series that I can remember in 2009. My biggest takeaway from the sports weekend was that I still love the New York Yankees.
Did you think you didn't?
I thought that I maybe grew out of it. I thought that maybe it wouldn't feel the same. I thought that my childhood glamorized the Yankees because you're kind of raised a Yankees fan because my parents enjoyed all of those Yankees World Series. They know the Jeter days, the Mattingly days. They know the days of Mariano Rivera in the late 90s. And I got a little taste of that in 2009. Sure, that was fantastic. But when you get a taste of that when you are 12 years old, you're kind of like, oh, okay, so this happens all the time then. You're telling me the Yankees always win. The whole world tells me the Yankees are the most winningest organization in professional sports. And now I experience one firsthand when I'm a child. So I can get used to this. And I never got back to that stage again until Saturday night. I still love the New York Yankees. When the baseball left the bat and left the ballpark of Juan Soto in the top of the 10th inning in Game 5, I brought down to my knees and tears went down my cheek because the New York Yankees are back at the top of the American League, and they are 4 wins away from their 28th World Series.
Did that cry happen before or after you posted that berating video of the Cleveland Guardians, the fan base, the city, and the team? Did that happen? Did you record the video when you dried your eyes?
Yeah, once the Yankees went up 3 in the top of the 10th, I already came to terms with this is actually happening. Like, this is going to happen. It wasn't as emotional in the bottom of the 10th as it was in the top of the 10th inning. So the emotions kind of went through their progressions, and then it went to anger, and it went to hate, into ha-ha, you lose, you lose.
So I also heard in the midst of all of this, C-Cat, people started, trying to online bully you because you were roughing up their team. The Guardians fans, and forgive me for speaking out of turn here, but I think after this weekend as well, we can say Cleveland sports fans suck. Like they do.
They've got enough to worry about.
They're kind of like there's a lot of bad apples when it comes to Cleveland sports fans, but they started coming after you, beyond sports.
Listen, they're like little teenagers who lashed out. The emotions got the best of them, and they directed it towards me. I got fat shamed for the first time in my life.
Crazy.
Lose some weight, fatty.
That's crazy.
I know, and that kind of had me thinking, do I need to?
No.
I've never been told that diss. I've been told a lot of things. There were a lot of things wrong with my physical being, my mental being, what I've said, who I am. But I've never gotten a fat shame before.
This is the second time, too, that your weight has come up in the past 4 or 5 days. So I understand